Please like and subscribe channel, please.
Hello, my elite HVAC babies. I'm addicted. Living the total guy life. Oh, no, please.
Hey guys, what's up? So there was a company out here to fix a leak on a system that I'm working on. I'm in a server room right now. As you can tell, the system allegedly had a leak. They patched it. It's a mix match system, 22 air handler and a 410 condensing unit, but we have a piston within this air handler, as you can see. That's a piston and not a TXV. Our pressures were a little on the low side looking. We determined that the evaporator coil's not frozen, nothing's frozen, but our superheat and subcool are high. Looks more indicative of like non-condensables or mixed match refrigerant within this system. So we're gonna have to pull the refrigerant out and start with virgin. I'm not sure. I think we can, I'll have to research a little bit, but I think we can add 410 to this piston and it'd be fine and not go off of like NU22 or anything like that, since we have a 410 compressor. I'm more worried about the compressor than the evap. I can bump it up. Even if the head pressure is a little bit high, I might be able to bump it up to where the suction pressure is not freezing. Otherwise, it's a new 22 type scenario. We don't want to put that in a 410 compressor. Yeah, I'll have to look into it a little bit, but either way, there's more diagnosis needed in order to truly fix the unit, which that's the goal here today. All right, so what I have determined so far is that we have an R22 piston and a 410 compressor. Judging by our pressures here, we're looking a lot better on that superheat because our suction pressure went up a little bit. It's warmer outside. Our subcooling 17 degrees. Problem is that head pressure, that suction pressure is too low to where when it gets cold, we've had a couple cold nights, it starts freezing. So unfortunately right now, I don't know if we have mixed refrigerant in there or what. We're gonna recover the refrigerant and we're gonna put virgin 410 in. And unfortunately it's an R22 piston, but it's been running like this for a long time, for years, without any issues. So we're gonna have to do that again. And this is just in the meantime until we get a new unit in there. This is a 2010 condensing unit. Looks pretty damn good actually for 2010. 2004 air handler. So it is time to go. We're gonna go get this thing to where it doesn't freeze. And unfortunately that means raising the head pressure so that the suction pressure will be high enough when it's cold out to not freeze. Okay, so we've added virgin 410. As you can see, these pressures do not look good at all. Our subcooling and our superheat are not ideal. We have an R22 piston with 410 refrigerant. What we're focused on right now is the evaporator coil temperature, 42 degrees vapor saturation. What was happening before is when it got too cold, when we were up here this morning, it was at like 33 degrees. That's because there wasn't enough refrigerant within the system at 410 for the size piston that's in there currently. 410 has a smaller, if you run on a system that has a 410 compressor and it has a piston, the 410 piston is smaller, higher pressure. You can have a bigger gap, but right now, yeah, we're fluctuating a little bit and there's spot coolers in there. But we're gonna focus on the VSAT. This is very temporary at the moment. I need it to be able to produce, you know, like 50 degree air coming across that, you know, coming out of the supply. And this is how we're gonna do it right now until we replace the unit. Just, I guess a word of advice, if someone, you go into a service call where the air handler is a piston, just say this exact setup, R22 piston on a 410 compressor, that person needs to replace that unit, just straight up. You're not supposed to do this. Don't do what I am doing right now. This is an emergency. You know, the server room has every bit of communication within the entire hospital in that one room. So unfortunately, we're doing this right now, and it's less than ideal, but that's what we have to do.
Please like and subscribe channel, please.
I just need it to, if it drops to 50 degrees outside, I need this to not freeze up. And honestly, that VSAT right now is maybe a little bit low for that condition. Really, honestly, what this needs is something called a low ambient kit, to where it has like a hot gas bypass to artificially raise the superheat when it's cold outside. Reason why is it needs to be able to run when it's super cold. But that's what we're looking at here. I'm gonna sit here and monitor this for a little bit more, but this service call, as far as the video is concerned, is done unless I run into something that's just, you know, super crazy, which, I mean, this call is already crazy, so I think we're gonna call it good. We have like a 3-day turnaround on the unit. Thanks for tuning in.